What's up, guys? Welcome to Run My Crypto. Make sure you guys are hitting that like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Guys, whatever I talk about or say or do or anything, this is not financial advice. This is just educational videos to help you get through and navigate through cryptocurrency from the Run My Crypto channel, guys. I thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed this video. This one's Zebec Network. Maybe it will be the next XRP. What is going on? We're here to talk about Zebec Network. Man, you know, there was times where I thought I wasn't as confident as I am now. Proclaiming the fact that Zebec Network may give XRP a massive run for its money. Why is that? Because we're going through a crazy financial shift in the macroeconomics of things. It looks like gold is just being pressured and pressured up, which means that simply those who hold the most gold hold the most money. Now, what are they going to do with that? Essentially, what I believe is going to flow into digital assets. And what I mean by digital assets is cryptocurrency. Why I'm bullish now than ever on Zebec Network is the fact that they're becoming a payment rail system that is basically dancing or getting in bed with World Liberty Financial, which has been created to essentially govern USD1, which is a stable coin, and the people behind it don't play when it comes to business. I can't say they're the best people in the world. I can't say they're the worst. But what I can tell you is Donald Trump Jr. is probably the most successful businessman there is. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you can stay up to date with my videos as they come out, because we're going to follow it. We're going to follow this huge dynamic infrastructure that's being built for Zebec Network. Let's get into it. So to kick it off, I think that, you know, I'm not looking at things at a speculation point of view. I'm really just taking everything in that's going on behind the scenes that we're seeing, and, you know, dealing with a company like World Liberty Financial and them actually having built USD1. It kind of shows me a lot, and essentially it has to do with the way that, you know, Trump is poising to really support Bitcoin in a major kind of way, which leads me to believe that that company, World Liberty Financial, will be successful, whether it's, you know, the sought after go-to decentralized finance banking system. But what I do know is that there is a leverage play, because the game is chess, not checkers. So there is a leverage play when it has to do with World Liberty Financial. And now Zebec Network actually coming out of the woodworks with, they're basically saying that they will utilize USD1 as a payment rail system. Now, understanding the way that XRP set up globally to kind of take a little piece of every single pie, but you have to understand where the massive volume comes from, right? So we understand that there has been a lot of value in the dollar over years for the United States, but that doesn't mean that the dollar is going to stay where it's at. Obviously, the dollar has been getting weaker and weaker with inflation and everything else that goes to play, the massive debt that we've acquired. But I start to think now, looking at all the things that are going on, we obviously have gold now at an all-time high. We had Bitcoin kind of fall a little bit when the entire crypto market should have pumped significantly back in November, October, November, that December. We should have seen a very, very huge crypto pump, especially with Bitcoin and all the other altcoins. Now I'm starting to understand, well, what's going on? You know, we're seeing gold go up. The value of the dollar is going down. There's all kinds of things going on in the, you know, in the world. What is the power play when you have World Liberty Financial backed by Donald Trump, actually him, Eric Trump? And, you know, it's like this. This is the way I look at it. They're not positioning themselves to fail. When you have Zebec Network collaborating with a company that is, you know, extremely knowledgeable behind business, not to mention they're in the government. You have the president of the United States pushing a decentralized finance bank. This leads me to believe that they're going to utilize Zebec Network to the fullest. Now, everybody thinks that these low market cap coins have no value, but I have to beg to differ on this one. I think that World Liberty Financial is going to go to exponential numbers. I think Zebec Network is going to go to exponential numbers. And I believe that USD1 is going to be one of the highly utilized stable coins that people can actually use, decentralized finance companies, and have USD1 as a currency. Now, to put the pieces to the puzzle together, you have to understand the big picture. We can't look at things here and now. Obviously, if we're looking at things here and now, you know, everybody's like really hurting on their investments, right? Because we haven't seen an altcoin season, which I believe is going to change, because I don't think we're going to have altcoin season. I think what's going to happen is the ones that are valuable and necessary for cryptocurrency to flourish are going to start really skyrocketing. And this is where you're going to get all these other coins that have no use to fall off. And it's unfortunate, but that's what I believe, and that's what I kind of see going forward in the crypto space. I think it's very important now that, you know, as a crypto investor and somebody who's investing in Zebec Network, to continue to dollar cost average. And don't take this is not financial advice, but what I'm saying is, if you really believe in crypto and you believe in, you know, decentralized finance, you have to start looking at projects that are going to actually make some headway going into the future. And I'm talking like 2030. You know, if you could dollar cost average into something like Zebec Network, you know, as long as you can with these low numbers, you know, you could actually have a very substantial bag packed up and ready to take off when crypto really does what it's supposed to do. And I think it's going to take a little bit for gold to transition into digital assets, which is cryptocurrency. But I do believe that the government is working on something where they're going to have a store of value utilizing Bitcoin in this manner. Now, you know, it all comes down to the fundamentals of macroeconomics. I mean, over and over, if you really study macroeconomics, you've seen that we had changes in 1973. We had the I think it's called the Breton Act, and then we had the gold, people mining gold and pulling up gold and utilizing that to hold value with the dollar. Now I believe we're gonna start a new era, which is actually going to be the digital era, where we essentially have Bitcoin supporting the decentralized finance cryptocurrency tokens, which would be the new decentralized finance banking systems. We're going to have payment rail systems being backed by Bitcoin, because the price is going to go to a phenomenal value. And this is where we'll never see Bitcoin at $100,000 again. We're going to see Bitcoin go into the $500, $700, $1 million, and it's going to continue to grow exponentially. But the cryptocurrency tokens like Zebec Network, like some of the stable coins are going to make it, XRP. There are going to be a lot of projects that make it, but the ones that are supporting the United States are going to probably be the best ones. And you have Zebec Network doing that. You have Jasmy actually coming over into the United States with a partnership that with Toyota that's going to bring them into the United States. So fundamentally, everything's going to circle around the United States. And Zebec Network collaborating or utilizing, World Liberty Financial and the USD1 token, that's huge. That's major, because they're positioning themselves to do some massive numbers, and they're going to grow exponentially alongside with World Liberty Financial and the USD1 stablecoin token and Zebec Network. It's going to be major, especially coming into the United States when other countries will adopt it. And you're going to have choices. You're not only going to have XRP, now you're going to have Zebec Network and probably a couple other payment rail systems that are put in place by the time that we get to that point where cryptocurrency is actually being utilized to the fullest. I'm thinking 2030, but while the prices are low, you should be buying as much as you can of projects that you think that are going to last the test of time, and the ones that are actually proving that they're going to be utilized. That is where you're going to be extremely successful in cryptocurrency. I hope you guys like this video. There's going to be a lot more. Like I said, guys, make sure you're hitting that like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification, because we're going to stay with crypto through 2026 all the way to 2030. And that's my Run My Crypto. That's my channel. Make sure you guys are hit that like, the subscribe. Take care.